Delmonico's, the birthplace of American fine dining. In the world of culinary history, few names resonate with as much prestige and influence as Delmonico's. Often hailed as America's first fine dining establishment, Delmonico's has not only shaped the landscape of New York City's dining scene, but has also left an indelible mark on the very fabric of American cuisine. The story of Delmonico's is one of ambition, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, a story that begins in the early 19th century and continues to echo through the corridors of gastronomic history. The tale of Delmonico's begins in 1827, in the bustling, ever-expanding city of New York. At that time, the city was growing rapidly, with an influx of immigrants and a burgeoning middle class. It was in this vibrant, dynamic environment that two Swiss brothers, Giovanni and Pietro Delmonico, decided to embark on a bold venture. They opened a small pastry shop at 23 William Street in Lower Manhattan, offering fine European confections, coffee, and chocolates. The Delmonico brothers brought with them a wealth of knowledge and a deep appreciation for the culinary traditions of their homeland. Their pastry shop quickly became a popular destination for New Yorkers seeking a taste of the old world. But the brothers had grander ambitions. Recognizing a gap in the market for upscale dining, they expanded their shop into a full-fledged restaurant in 1831. This establishment, which would eventually be known as Delmonico's, was unlike anything New York had seen before. Delmonico's quickly distinguished itself from other eateries of the time. While most American restaurants were simple taverns or inns, offering basic fare in a casual setting, Delmonico's aimed to replicate the elegance and sophistication of the finest European dining establishments. The brothers introduced a level of service, refinement, and luxury that was entirely new to the American dining experience. One of the most revolutionary aspects of Delmonico's was its menu. Unlike other restaurants that offered a fixed meal, Delmonico's provided a la carte dining, allowing patrons to choose from a wide variety of dishes. This was a novel concept in America, and it gave diners an unprecedented level of choice and control over their dining experience. The menu was printed in French, reflecting the international aspirations of the restaurant, and featured an array of dishes that showcased the finest ingredients and culinary techniques of the time. The kitchen at Delmonico's was helmed by some of the most talented chefs of the era, many of whom were brought over from Europe. These chefs introduced American diners to classic European dishes like Lobster Newberg, baked Alaska, and beef bourguignon, while also creating original dishes that would become synonymous with the Delmonico's name. Perhaps the most famous of these creations is the Delmonico Steak, a thick-cut ribeye that has become a defining symbol of American steakhouse cuisine. As the 19th century progressed, New York City entered the Gilded Age, a period of immense wealth and social change. The city's elite, including titans of industry like John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, and J.P. Morgan, sought to display their newfound wealth through lavish lifestyles and extravagant dining. Delmonico's, with its opulent decor, impeccable service, and world-class cuisine, became the premier destination for the city's upper crust. The restaurant expanded its operations, opening several locations throughout Manhattan, each one more luxurious than the last. The most famous of these was the Delmonico's at 2 South William Street, which opened in 1891. This grand establishment featured private dining rooms, lavish ballrooms, and even a marble columned entrance, embodying the grandeur and excess of the Gilded Age. Delmonico's became the epicenter of New York's social scene. It was at Delmonico's that the city's elite hosted their most important dinners, celebrated their most significant occasions, and conducted their most delicate business negotiations. The restaurant was also the site of the famous Delmonico's balls, extravagant events that attracted the city's most prominent figures and featured opulent feasts that became the stuff of legend. Throughout its history, Delmonico's has been a crucible of culinary innovation. Many of the dishes that are now considered classics of American cuisine were either invented or popularized at Delmonico's. One of the most enduring legacies of Delmonico's is its role in the creation of Eggs Benedict, a dish that has become a staple of American brunch culture. While the exact origins of Eggs Benedict are debated, one popular version of the story credits Delmonico's chef Charles Ranhofer with creating the dish in the 1860s for a regular patron who requested something new for breakfast. Another iconic dish associated with Delmonico's is Lobster Newberg, a luxurious preparation of lobster in a rich cognac and cream sauce. The dish was reportedly created by a sea captain named Ben Wenberg, who demonstrated the recipe to Delmonico's chefs. After some refinement, the dish was added to the menu as lobster à la Wenberg, though a later disagreement between Wenberg and the restaurant led to the dish being renamed Lobster Newberg. Delmonico's was also a pioneer in the popularization of baked Alaska, a dessert consisting of sponge cake topped with ice cream and encased in meringue. The dish was first served at Delmonico's in honor of the United States acquisition of Alaska in 1867. The restaurant's version of baked Alaska quickly became a sensation, and it remains a signature dish to this day. As the 20th century dawned, Delmonico's faced new challenges. The restaurant business in New York City was becoming increasingly competitive, with new establishments emerging to cater to the city's changing tastes. The economic upheavals of the early 20th century, including the Great Depression, also took a toll on the restaurant industry as a whole. Despite these challenges, Delmonico's managed to persevere, thanks in large part to its reputation for quality and its ability to adapt to changing times. However, the economic pressures eventually led to the closure of the original Delmonico's in 1923, marking the end of an era. Over the following decades, the Delmonico name would pass through various hands, with several attempts to revive the restaurant in different locations. It wasn't until the late 1990s that Delmonico's was truly reborn. Today, Delmonico's stands as a living testament to the history of American fine dining. The restaurant continues to attract diners from around the world, drawn by its storied past and its commitment to excellence. While the New York City dining scene has changed dramatically since Delmonico's first opened its doors, the restaurant has remained a constant, a symbol of tradition and innovation coexisting in perfect harmony. As we look back on the history of Delmonico's, we see more than just a restaurant. We see a cultural institution that has shaped the way we eat, drink, and celebrate. Today, as diners continue to enjoy the timeless dishes and elegant surroundings of Delmonico's, they are partaking in a tradition that spans nearly 2 centuries. The story of Delmonico's is far from over, and as it continues to evolve, one thing is certain: this legendary restaurant will continue to inspire and delight for generations to come.